just acting one way until they get a woman pregnant and then
My name is Belinda Stranad and here is Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime you upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those of you that share my videos, leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. So in today's video, let's dive into it.
In November, I decided I no longer wanted to be a responsible parent and I gave up my kids.
Never in the history of us have I ever heard a mother say anything like that.
I was just tired of being responsible.
I swear some people need to take some sort of test in order to be a parent.
And caring for them.
Ma'am, who raised you? What happened to you?
I felt like I was too young and I wanted to go out there and experience life, and
It don't work that way. You should have thought about that before you laid down with the guy to make the babies.
I started dating someone else, so it just didn't fit with my new lifestyle.
Doesn't fit with your lifestyle, but that suspect Chanel pen fits? You must have quit.
Now I'm in child support, and to top it off, I'm really pissed off that I took care of them all the way up to November.
Am I the only one whose heart is breaking for these kids?
And I couldn't claim them on my taxes because the other parent had already claimed them.
Oh, now let me grab my tiny violin. Sad song. We don't feel sorry for you.
So I've been seeing a lot of comments like this saying, do your research before making content. Well, I just want to say this video was posted in many different places and I thought, well, hey, it had to be real. But I did some searching and I actually found the full video, so check this out.
Okay, so in November, I decided I no longer wanted to be a responsible parent and I gave up my kids. I was just tired of being responsible and caring for them. I felt like I was too young and I wanted to go out there and experience life, and I started dating someone else, so it just didn't fit with my new lifestyle. And I didn't have anything to worry about because the other parent is a very responsible parent. But now I'm here because now I'm in child support, and to top it off, I'm really pissed off that I took care of them all the way up to November and I couldn't claim them on my taxes because the other parent had already claimed them. That's exactly what my conversation was like right now with the client. What in the world is going on with this world? I couldn't believe my eyes. And you know, the craziest thing is that unfortunately, men tend to do this a lot. They just tend to walk off and pretend that those kids never existed. They don't want to pay child support. And it's almost like it's okay, you know, if you're a guy and you do that. But the minute a girl does that, you know, oh my gosh, I'm sure he wanted to kill me for the first 30, 40 seconds of this video. And I just want to bring awareness to this. This is a horrible problem that I'm seeing more and more. So much child support. And one of the biggest things is that I see that a lot of men, they just can turn their backs on a whole responsibility that you created.
So I guess the original video was just her bashing men and saying that it's them who usually walk out on the kids. And she was like, well, if the first 30 seconds of this video were real, everyone would get mad at me and they'd call me a horrible person, but they wouldn't do it to a man. Yeah, they would. Anyone who abandons their kids, no matter if they're a man or a woman, is a horrible person. And I guess this girl's name is Lorena, and she's pretty much saying like men get like a pass if they do this. Well, as a person whose dad wasn't really there, let me tell you, my dad didn't really get away with it. Everyone in my life made sure to tell me just how bad of a person he was for not being there. Same goes with anyone and everyone I knew who had a dad that, you know, left. So I get it, she did this first 30 seconds to go viral on the internet, but then when you watch the full video, her full video, it just doesn't really, you know, make sense. Because first we're like mad because we thought she abandoned her kids, but now we're even more mad because she was just playing a part acting and the whole video was just to bash men like they get away with it. So yes, my bad. I didn't know there was a full video out there because the videos and clips that I saw were just of the first 30 to 40 seconds. But to be honest with you guys, the person who made this comment, the full video of this doesn't have that great of a message either. I don't know, let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like this video, share it everywhere, hit that follow button. Until next time, love, peace, and taco grease. Now there is your full context.
Don't work that way. You should have thought about that before you laid down with the guy.
So Men who say things like this just always like baffle me to the fullest because you must not be aware of how many men are out here just acting one way until they get a woman pregnant and then completely switch up. Like, my first baby daddy was the sweetest man, oh, so God-fearing and this great person with this great personality. And then the second I got pregnant, guess what happened? I want you to go ahead and just guess. Since you think you fucking know everything, like, women should just already know this about these men. Like, they don't pretend to be one way and then completely switch up. Like, sir, if you don't understand what it's like to be a woman and go through this, like, why shouldn't the father have to take them and be a single parent? Why is it the woman's fault? I would like you to answer that question for me. Why shouldn't we as women be able to dump these kids off on this man, and all of a sudden this man has to be a single parent and take care of all that, and we don't let them claim the taxes because they came from our body? What about that? What do you think that guy would do? He's going to drop him off. He's going to drop him off at a fire station so quick, or he's going to get a different girlfriend to abuse and make her watch the kids. You don't know what you're talking about, so you should probably not speak on it. You should probably find something to talk about that you actually know what you're talking about.
Never in the history of who, sir? Black men is known to be the main leading people that lead their kids more than any race known on this great land.
I'm still doing my hair, so but anyways, okay. She proceeds to say how she want to give up her kids and don't, want the responsibility anymore, anything like that. And he is is just judging her. Okay. My thing is, him judging her, how I'm gonna put this. The way she did the responsible thing of taking the kids somewhere for him to be parent with someone else. But also, I don't believe he should bash someone who admit they couldn't do something and then be like, well, you shouldn't be laying down. My thing is, obviously the father is not in the children's lives, or she would have gave them their, her rights over. And my thing is, you shouldn't just be bashing her. You should be bashing, the person she laid down with as well. Because at the end of it, all it sounds like is her fault. Which is obviously it takes two people. As a mom, we do get tired or whatever, but at the end of the day, a mom get judged more than the dad does. Everything we do is a slap on the, and it's not even a slap on the hand. You beating her ass, and the man, you get a slap on the hand. Well, don't do it again. But he obviously getting extra women pregnant. It only takes one time for a woman to get pregnant. It takes 9 months. A man can keep doing his thing and get multiple women pregnant in a year. So my thing is, what I think is she did something responsible, even though she didn't want to be responsible for the children. At least they're not out there starving or whatever and trying to make it, work themselves. Turn a bad situation into a good one instead of thinking so negatively about it. Are you going to take those kids? You have so much room to judge, but you're not going to take that responsibility either. I don't know. This conversation could go everywhere, to be honest, but at the end of the day, who are we to judge? Because I know your ass did some things too. You know what I'm saying?
History of.
I think it's so crazy that this is all over my For You page, right? One, this is not what that lady is saying. She's saying that a client told her this. A client came in and told her this, and she was just as baffled as the rest of us. Like, she was just as stunned. But that it's a reality because men do this all the time. And it's true. Men decide when they want to be parents and when they don't want to be parents, right? They decide, okay, I love this girl. I'm going to have this baby with her. They love bomb the F out of somebody. And sometimes, things happen in that nature, right? You have a baby, right? You're not responsible for all this stuff. You're all responsible for childhood. You're bringing up a whole new person, and you decide, I'm too young for this, or I have too many other responsibilities for this, or I have to do this, and you leave that mother alone by herself to get all of this stuff done on her own. Then we have situations like Casey Anthony where they're doing a chloroform to put the baby to sleep, and she's drowning, and she hides the baby, right? She kills her baby. Same thing with the girl who threw the baby in a trash can at the hospital. She was too young. She didn't want a baby. She didn't even want to tell her mom she was pregnant. She was so scared, right? And she killed the baby. What's the other girl that just recently did it? The melatonin and NyQuil one. She gave a 5 weeks old baby melatonin and NyQuil because she wanted to go out for a night of fun and nobody wanted to help her watch the baby, right? It's not easy to bring life into this world, and it's not easy to be the only person financially stable, and it's not easy to be the one that has to get up at night or go to the hospital visits and then turn around and go to work and beg people to watch your kids and do all this stuff, and then people throw that stuff back in your face because, you know, they have to help you or whatever. That's not easy. Okay, it's not easy to swallow. So some mothers who can't swallow that and they give their kids away, it's better than them killing their kids, right? And yes, to a point, they should think about those options. Everybody should think about those options. But sometimes in the heat of the moment, you don't. Or sometimes you get love bombed and you think this person's really going to be there for you, and they're not. They're not there. They're not the person they pretended to be, right? So why would we bash somebody for doing that when men do it all the time? Is it because we're females and so we shouldn't have thoughts like that? Or is it because society has made it okay for men to do stuff like this, but for women not to, right? And then we talk about people who have food stamps or have housing when their kids' fathers are nowhere around. They're not helping, right? But they're living their best lives. Everything's good on their end, right? And when you ask them, it's, oh, she's a good mom. She's got it under control. They're okay. They'll be fine. Mothers like that make it happen, right? But it's not easy. It's not easy. And we shouldn't be bash people because she decided that she was too young and she gave them to a father. Because fathers give their kids to their mothers all the time. And there's no consequences for them.
Listen to the entire video. She's saying that that's what a client told her. That's not how she feels.
I love you. Good night, baby boy. Oh, sorry. Good night. I feel like I have to say something because I cannot imagine a single day without my baby boy. Being a mother can be extremely trying, but there is not a single day that goes by that I'm not praying to God that I have an amazing, smart, wonderful, kind boy. Today, when we went out shopping at Dollar General, I was looking through the clearance bin because they had that clearance special going on. And my baby boy, he held the door open for 22 people while I was looking through the clearance bin just right next to me. And every time he held the door open, he came up to me and was like, Mama, I held the door open for another person again. I'm up to 19 people. I'm up to 20 people. And seeing the goodness in my son's heart when I've experienced so much hatred, so many hurdles, so much pain in my life, and seeing the goodness that is in my child's heart, it gives me hope for him, for myself, for the future, and for the world. As somebody who has just seen and experienced so much negativity throughout my life, things that I've just been thrown into, the family I was born into, everything that I've experienced that I've just have to learn to navigate. Seeing such a wonderful person brought into this world, it gave me so much hope for the future. And I will still and will always thank God that I have the blessing of a boy that I have. He is the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And even though being a single parent can be tough, it can be so many different things. And single mamas out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. But I could never go a day without my baby boy.
In November, I decided I no longer wanted to be a
So lovelies, apparently the lady in question actually posted a video, talking about how she decided to give up on her kids and, give away her kids because she can actually take care of the kids alone. So, and because of what, that's the first 30 seconds of the video, a lot of people, a lot of guys bashed her. A lot of guys were, calling her a sort of name, and how, unreasonable she is. Why would she actually leave her baby, or why would she actually give up her kids and all of that? They were just all coming for her, calling her horrible names, and later on there was another version of the video where she explained everything, but she was still on her own stance trying to talk about why is it that when a man decided to leave his family or his kids all by the woman, people see it as something that is so normal, like a man can actually do that and get away with it. A man can actually decided not to be a father anymore because he felt that he's too young for it, or maybe because he felt that he's not ready for such responsibility. He have the privilege to actually walk away from the woman's life and from the baby's life, which he actually put this woman in the place of motherhood. But when a woman decided to do something like this, a lot of people tend to call this woman so many names. A lot of people even go ahead to call her, hug and all of that, like irresponsible, and many of which this is what actually, brought my attention towards the video. Like, there have been so many cases whereby this man will be all lovey with you. I know a guy actually stitched her video talking about why is it that you want to get yourself pregnant. Why is it that you go ahead to lay with a man, as if he don't know what men can actually do in order for them to get you lay with them, in order for them to get you, have a baby with them. I can remember a video that I stitched some time ago where this woman was actually crying and asking the public for help. She went ahead to narrate her story. She talked about how she and her proposed boyfriend were in a relationship. Yeah, they met each other, they fell in love, and they're in a relationship. And in the course of the relationship, the boy is always on her neck to have a baby with her. She specifically told this guy that I do not want to have a child. I do not want to have a child. I'm not ready to have a baby right now. In short, I don't even want to have a baby. But the way he keep on persuading her, trying to convince her how he loves her, how, oh my God, you claim you love me, you don't want to have my baby, you don't want to have my fruit, you have to choose if you love me or not, with all the persistence, that it took her a while to actually, give in. It took her a while to actually change her mind. This is not what she wants for herself. This is actually what she's doing, something that she decided to, key into it because she felt that, okay, she is in love with this guy. She felt that this is what I could just do for this guy to show him that I love him. This guy, decided to impregnate her. They had a child. She's now a full-time taking care of kids, or taking care of her baby girl. Why this guy keep on roaming about the street, going out, hanging out with the boys, doing whatsoever he want to do, while she's all home. This guy don't provide nothing. He don't pay for child support. All he just want to do was to have a baby. And this is what all he want. He want to have a baby, but he don't want to care for the baby. Like, how is it possible? Because I'm even surprised when this other guy that stitched the video was like, why would you lay with the guy? As if he don't know how these guys can manipulate you, get you believe that they love you, they will be there for you, they will take care of you and your child. But when that time comes, they become so irresponsible. That is when they will realize that, okay, we are actually not ready for this, and they'll end up leaving this kids for only the mom to cater for. And now you're blaming someone for being a single mom, but you are the one that actually put her in that position. Do you think a lot of people want to be single moms? Like, do you think like 100% of women want to be single mom? Some people want to be single mom by choice, but there are so many women that don't want to be single mom. But you guys are the people that have to put these people in such position. You have to put these people in such place. But when they complain, when they want to work out, you actually come for them, call them all sort of name. But when is a guy doing that, working out from his responsibility, which you actually put her into, then there is no problem with that. What kind of a society are we living in? I know this lady actually did this video to maybe, bring up some stuff like this, the topics like this. This is some topics that need to be talked on. A lot of men are just like, they just want to get a woman, impregnate her. They just want to have a child without being a father to that child. And this is something that is so ridiculous to do as a human being. I'm just talking to the guys now. If you know you're not ready to father a child, please do not bring a child into this world. Do not talk a woman into having a child. Do not talk a woman into having a baby. If you must even have a baby with a woman or something, you should be able to marry this woman. You should be able to get married to them. You should be able to get married to them. Become responsible. Catch up for your child. Don't just bring a child into this world and not be a father figure to this child. Because look at the way it is now. A lot of people will call a woman out when she decides to leave or abandon a child. But when a man does that, it becomes a problem. This is why a lot of people are just, this man is there talking about, if they have never seen a woman or whatever. Do you know what single mom go through? Do you know how they struggle? This is why I saw a video yesterday which I posted. He was talking about how women has become so masculine nowadays. Why wouldn't they be masculine? Do you know what it takes to take care of a child all by yourself without a man's figure, without a man supporting you? Do you know what it takes to be a mother and a father into a child's life? And you're talking about how women have become so masculine. You guys are the reason why women are becoming so masculine. And before you know it, no woman will need a man, because they are practically doing everything. They are providing for these children. They are providing everything, taking care of themselves. And you, what are you now there in their life to do? Seriously. A lot of men need to wake up and just change this mindset of, okay, I just want to have a baby. You wouldn't have a baby without being a father. You should be a father figure to this baby's life. At least the world will be a better place. At least when you complain of, oh my God, so many baby mamas and all of that, you are the reason for all of this. When you complain about masculinity, you are the reason for the reason why women want to be masculine. They want to be independent because they don't trust you guys. They don't. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please, why not just share this video, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.